Good morning, folks. Well, it's time. We're finally leaving Tamraght. And I have very, very mixed feelings about it. If you watched the last video, you know I did a bit of a talk about it at the end. If you didn't, go back and have a look. This place feels like a home. But it's not home, is it? Of course it's not. We like to be on the move, so it's time to get on the move again. For anyone wondering what I'm doing up here, if you recall, this thing broke. Our skylight broke, so we've been wedging it open with this thing here. What I'm gonna have to do is I get John on the inside to lock it down while I strap it down with a bungee. We've got a new part for it back in the UK. There's nowhere to get it fixed. There's nothing I can do with it. It's just broken plastic. So we're just gonna wait till we get back to the UK and repair it there. Just hoping for not too much rain on the way. John, can you do the locking thing? So, we're planning to aim for a campsite that is just slightly north of Marrakech, which was recommended to us. We want swimming pools because it's going to be very, very hot inland. We want a washing machine because we've got a ton of laundry to do. And let's just say it's a good job you can't smell anything through that camera. Just time for one last trip down to our local shop, get some bread and eggs. This has been my morning walk for weeks and weeks now. I'm going to miss it. Good morning. It's okay? It's our usual morning supplies. A little bit more bread than usual because I want some for the journey just in case people get peckish. I don't want to have to keep stopping. They can just nibble on bread and stuff. That guy's lovely. As always, get to know the shopkeepers. He's just subscribed to the YouTube channel as well. They all want to subscribe to the YouTube everywhere you go. It's very sweet. As soon as you mention YouTube, they're like, oh, they get their phones out. Search it, subscribe, brilliant. Lovely, lovely. Okay, I think it's time to quickly shove some egg sandwiches down people's faces. And I'm gonna hit the road. Long drive. It's been a long time since I've done a long drive. Kind of looking forward to it, actually. I do enjoy them, especially we're going to go on the toll roads because just for ease. No need for any more sightseeing. We just got to cover some miles is what we've got to do. So the bigger toll road where I can just relax, put the van in cruise control, put audio book on or something similar and just drift away. And the kids will be having their headphones on and drifting away into their world, and kind of nice, bit of meditation. Here he is, Chef Boy in action. Are you nearly ready to go, dude?
Yep.
Yep. No? Mittens, ready to go? She's ignoring me. I said, are you ready to go? Bye, guys. Take care, boys. Have a good one. And that's it. We're leaving Tamraght. I can't believe it. We might never see this place again, though I think we will. Ella's like, what? We'll be back, Elle. John, you want to come back here?
Yeah.
Right, we've got a lot of driving today, and I thought instead of boring you with my usual waffle, how about some time-lapse drive to music? We haven't done that in a long, long, long time. In fact, I don't even remember the last time we did that. Enjoy. Before we get too far into the video, I believe the camera's image stabilizer is what's causing it to bounce up and down. It must be a setting I've missed somewhere and I didn't find out until the edit. Do apologise. Well folks, guess what? If you watched last week's video, you know we went to Agadir to get the turbo sorted. Turbo's not sorted. It's just gone on us again. Which means all that repair work they did for £250 was not the cause of the underboost issue I'm having. I suspect I know what it might be, which has been suggested before, which is something I can probably do, and I can order the parts and get them to Grandma's house. It's just got to get us there. I know some of you, drop it in the comments, probably think I should be going back to Agadir to the same place and saying, oi, it didn't work. We are on a toll road, a fairly new toll road, from Agadir to Marrakech, and you can't get off it. There's nowhere to turn off it. It's, once you're on it, you're on it. We have already driven well over an hour and a half north, and we can't get off it for, I believe, another half hour at least. We are pushed for time now in Morocco. I'm well aware that this is my fault, that I left it too late. But I'm not going back to Agadir now. I'm just not. We're pushing on. We're pushing on to this campsite. I'm just going to keep limping with this turbo like I've always done. I can reset it by turning the engine off and on again. I've got an OBD2 reader. I can clear the codes. The only time it's really a problem is when we're on a big motorway like we are now, and we come into like mountains or something, and I've got quite a bit of mountain uphill to do, inclining to do, and I know I'll approach that in Spain in the south, and I know I'll also approach that in the north of Spain when we're crossing back over to France. Those are my two main concerns. The rest of the time I can cruise with the cruise control, and it's usually okay at a reasonable speed, about 58 to 60 miles an hour, which is fine, more than enough. So we're just going to deal with it. A bit of a shame. To be fair, when it was going yesterday, it was going better than I've ever known this van to go. So what they did to the turbo has obviously benefited the van, benefited the engine. The turbo needed it, but it just hasn't got rid of that fault code. So go on, drop your I told you so's down in the comments. Go for it. Should have done it earlier. You should go back to Agadir and get them to fix it. Can't be bothered. I've lived with this problem for so long, I can live with it a bit longer. Right, anyway, onward. Yep, that is exactly what it looked like. An open top, double-decker cow transporter. I thought I'd seen it all here in Morocco. I can't wait to show my farming sister and her husband back home. If you're watching Fliss, I've probably already sent you a photo by now. And if you look closely, I'll play the footage again, there was actually a guy in the back with the cows. I wonder who he upset this morning to get put in the back of there, hey? What a job. Did I mention it's 43 degrees outside? Good morning. It's about 8 o'clock. As you well know, that's early for us. This is a gorgeous site we were on last night. It really, really is pretty. It's very, very empty, very quiet. I'm going to give you a very quick look around just before I go and pay, because we're going to leave. I've got a plan, and I'll tell you the plan in a minute. But it's really, really nice. Look, it's full of chickens. There's loads of chickens around everywhere. And of course, it's got the obligatory cats. There's always cats. Sorry, the light's terrible here. But let me walk you down through here to the swimming pool. So this is obviously we've just got out of the van. We walked straight down through here. And we had lunch down here last night. Sorry, dinner. Had our dinner down here. Look at this. Beautiful. So you got the restaurant over here. We were jumping around in this pool last night. There's a little beach bar over there. They've even got a jacuzzi. Don't know what you'd want with that, but yeah, absolutely lovely. Stunning place. It's too hot. It's too hot for us. Certainly too hot for Mittens. So we can't do another 43 degrees this afternoon. So we're going to head to Kenitra. We are going to get in the van and I'm going to drive. It's 4 hours, but in a van you go slower, plus with stops. We're looking at 5 to 6 hours, plus it's Morocco. Big day driving, which is why I'm up so early and looking so sleepy. We're just going to get on the road, get moving, and hopefully get there in time for me to do some editing, because I've got to get some work done. But we're going back to the campsite, which was the first campsite we ever went to in Morocco. Thought it'd be a nice way to finish things off, and we'll spend a couple of nights so I can get my work done and get a video released. So yeah, right, anyway, I'm going to go and pay this bill, going to get in a van, and we're going to just hit the road. I'm going to put a cup of tea in my travel cup and have it on the dashboard this morning. Let's go for it, shall we? On the road again. Yep, we are heading towards Kenitra now. Well, actually towards Casablanca. Then we skirt Casablanca, then around Rabat, and then up to Kenitra, where we began this whole journey in Morocco. And hopefully the prices haven't gone up, because it seems like we've just entered like the high season. I was not aware. So feel a little bit ripped off last night for that campsite, I have to be honest. I'm going to tell you all about it. Basically, when we checked in last night, he assumed there was a couple with 2 kids when I told him 2 kids, and it was going to be 160 or 180 dirham, about 16 euros. And later on I looked at the receipt thinking it feels expensive compared to a lot of sites that I'm used to here. And I looked and I could see that it said 2 people with 2 kids, and I went, oh no, I ran back to reception and said, no, I'm on my own, I'm a single parent. And he was like, oh, okay, no problem. And he adjusted it, and it came down to 135 dirham for the night. And I thought, right, brilliant. That's far more normal Moroccan price. I've gone in to pay this morning, and it's a different guy there. Sorry, I'm just checking my sat nav. It's a different guy there, and he's pointing me at a poster behind the desk, which, fair enough, it is there. High season starts from the 1st of July. It seems the guy who signed me in last night sort of forgot about that fact, and it's 100 dirham per person. So that's 3 of us, 300 dirham, 30 euros. Plus, I had 2 loads of laundry done, because that was the main reason for going to a campsite, which was 120, so that's 12 euros. The grand scheme of things, yeah, all right. 30, just over 40 euros, 42 euros, call it 37, 38 pounds. Now I know in the UK you struggle to get a campsite for one night for that, but this is Morocco, and that place was beautiful, it really, really was. But I don't know how they justify that. They just suddenly change the way they do things. It's normally a flat rate for a camper van with an assumed couple in it. Then they add kids or whatever on top of that. But no, they're charging 100 per person. So it was more than double what I thought it was going to be. So that was a shock. Now, because it's Morocco, if it was anywhere else, well, I'll say anywhere else, maybe like the UK or France, you could argue it and say, yeah, but he told me it was this much. Customer service, you quoted me a price, that's what it should be. You guys take the hit. Out here, there's just no point arguing it. The other guy from last night wasn't on site and wasn't due to arrive till tonight. So I just had to pay it and be disgruntled and moan about it on YouTube. They were lovely people. It was a lovely campsite. It was fantastic. That swimming pool area with the restaurant, it was beautiful. And if I had loads of money to burn, I would happily spend a week there and really, really enjoy it. It's a place to go on holiday. It's not just a campsite to go and refresh your camper van. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling onto you, because this video is me waffling and you listening to music and watching the road, isn't it? So it seems. We're going to get to Kenitra in 3.5 hours, except give or take a few rest stops and eating something on the way. How about some more music and some more time lapse? What do you reckon? Put in the comments if it's too much. I haven't done a video like this ever before, and I know I watch a lot of sailing channels and they sometimes do this, where they just have the camera clipped onto the side of the boat and you can just hear the sounds of the waves, and beautiful, and I can watch that. But you tell me, if this isn't working out for you, let me know down in the comments. Anyway, music and driving, let's go. So we just had a quick pit stop at a service station, and quite randomly there was about 1 million tagine pots, all different shapes, sizes, colours, finishes. And it's one of the things that after John doing his cooking course, it's like we need to get a tagine pot before we leave the country. But because we're under a bit of a time constraint and pressure to get where we need to get to, I was thinking, I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to go wandering around towns and shops looking at them. The universe was listening. It just happened to be the service station I pulled over for a quick break, and you couldn't move for them. It was hard to park because of them. So we got him one. So yeah, that was a quick pit stop down at the Carrefour, just to get a few bits that we can't get anywhere else, because we know this campsite we're going to, obviously, because we've been there before. It's not particularly close to anything. There's a couple of smaller restaurants, but we liked the idea of doing some cooking in the van on the last of our gas. Our gas could run out any time soon, really, in the coming week. Fortunately, we'll be crossing over into Ceuta, where there is a gas fill point which is cheaper than anywhere in Spain, so that's perfect. We're going to get the gas filled up there. We've bought ourselves some beef strips and some burgers and things like that. We're going to do some Asian stir-fry type stuff with some noodles, and we're just looking forward to a bit of cooking and hanging out on the site for a couple of days in and around me getting work done. Old chef boy over here will take care of it. Otherwise, yeah, we are about to pass Rabat soon, so that'll be a bit hectic. And then we're about 1.5 hours from Kenitra, our final destination today. Yeah, more music, more time lapse, eh? So yeah, we're back. If you've been with us for a while, you'll recognise that spot there, which looks over that pool there. It's a little bit busier than last time we were there. I'll just turn around because of that sun. A little bit busier than last time we were here. It seems like because it's school holidays here in Morocco, it's full of locals, which is cool. It's great. It's nice to hear all the kids playing and having fun. We are back in our same spot. I've already been in the pool. I'm wiped now. That was all day driving today. I know it was about 4.5 to 5 hours actually on the road, but it takes all day, as you know, trips like this. Yesterday was 3.5, call it 4 hours of driving, same thing most of the day. And then we were at that really hot campsite last night. It's just pleasant here. It was 27 degrees when we got here, which is just nice. It's just like, oh, that's warm. I feel like I'll jump in the pool warm. Not like, I can't breathe. The cat's fine. She's happy. She knows the area. So she's really, really quite happy here. When we get back across to Spain, I mean, next week's video is going to be, we'll have a couple of days chilled here. Then next week's video, we're going to be driving back up to Ceuta, which is the Spanish enclave in the top corner of Morocco, because we just need to extend our Moroccan visa for an extra couple of days. So we have to cross over there and then cross back in. Then we can exit to Spain a day or two later. But once we get back across into Spain, we're going to be doing a lot of driving by the looks of things, because I fairly quickly need to get back up towards France to see Grandma. And then back up to the UK, because we've got people to see, an MOT to get, and other bits and bobs we need to do. Plus, I don't want to use too much of my Schengen. Now, we are going to be working towards getting the kids' passports. Actually, I'm going to go on a tangent. I do apologise. People ask me about the Schengen and how we managed to do so much time in Europe. We don't. We're doing a Schengen shuffle like everyone else. That's why we're in Morocco. But the kids are half French, so we will be getting them French passports at some point. I just need to start the paperwork and start getting through that process. I'm starting it when we get back to France. Another reason I want to get back there sooner. But with that in mind, all these questions you guys have about our lives and how we do stuff, how we do that, what's life like on the road, would you be interested in us going live at some point? I'm considering it, maybe for when we're back at Grandma's house in France, or even possibly when we're back in England and we get settled somewhere for a bit, going live. What do you reckon? Never done it before. It's something that I would always thought I would wait until the channel was a much bigger channel, so we're guaranteed to get a good amount of people in the chat throwing questions at us. But it's been suggested to me by a couple of people now that it might be worth doing, and it'd be something for us to get used to, because we'll do more in the future. So yeah, what do you reckon? Tell me, drop it down in the comments. Would you be interested in us doing, instead of our vlog one week, or it could be as well as, we'll set a time and we go live. The three of us sat down in front of the camera answering your questions live in the chat. What do you reckon to that? Yeah? Let me know. Anyway, so yes, we are going to be sorting out the kids' passports, so they have French passports. I will get some sort of visa, and that'll take care of this Schengen thing once and for all. But otherwise, back to what I was saying. Sorry, I've been driving all day. I've lost my mind. We're going to be driving quite quickly up through Spain into France. So if you want more of like today's style video, let me know, because I can do one or maybe two more of those in between standard vlogs. I've been talking for nearly 5 minutes. I'm going to shut up. Thanks for watching. Do like and subscribe if you did like. That would be great. Much appreciated. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you in the next one. We're going to Ceuta. See you. Bye-bye.